Montana is likely to see a rapid increase in wildfires as the summer grows hotter and the rain stops. Governor Greg Gianforte hosted a fire briefing Tuesday morning in Helena to address the upcoming anticipated peak in fire season in the state. And while residents can't control the weather, they can help mitigate the risk of severe wildfires. Gianforte said this before reiterating his administration's policy of quickly dousing wildfires. Montana has seen 705 wildfires, which together have burned a total of over 1,200 acres this year, according to Matt Hall, a Fire Protection Bureau chief at the State Department of Natural Resources and Conservation. Of those, 87% were caused by humans. Due to extreme heat, early snowmelt, and the ongoing drought, meteorologists expect an increase in the number and intensity of wildfires from this point forward. The drought that took hold in northwest Montana last summer has intensified, according to Dan Borsum, a fire weather meteorologist for the Northern Rockies geographic area. Borsum pointed towards extreme dryness across the state, specifically in Flathead, Lincoln, and Glacier counties. Satellite groundwater detection indicated that western Montana is currently drier than 97% of all other years. Borsum said there are multiple factors contributing to this. The winter snowpack was below normal in northwest Montana, and paired with the fourth warmest May in Montana's history, the snowpack depleted early on. Borsum said these deficits will worsen in the coming weeks, especially as chances for rain diminish and strong heat waves hit the state, bringing a profound drying to the landscape. Given the prospect of an intense wildfire season, Hall stressed the importance of preparation. Homeowners should create and maintain a buffer around the home where fuels are limited, and people also need to prepare evacuation plans. Gianforte urged the public to be responsible outdoors on multiple occasions during the briefing, pointing to the fact that nearly 90% of all wildfires this year were caused by humans. A bat that had human contact tested positive for rabies last week, according to the Flathead City County Health Department. It's the first animal that has tested positive for rabies in Flathead County this year. The health department said in a release on Monday that not all bats carry rabies, but after contact with a human or animal, it must be tested. Any contact with a bat must be reported to the health department, where personnel will assess the situation and cover the cost of rabies testing if deemed necessary. If a bat is not available for testing and an animal or person has been bitten, scratched, or been in direct contact, it is considered rabies exposure, and the appropriate follow-up, including post-exposure prophylaxis for humans, must be completed. Health officials note that bats are of a special concern because a bite may not be noticeable. If a bat is found in an area where contact may have occurred but gone unnoticed, such as a bedroom with a sleeping child or adult, it should be tested for rabies. Health department officials advise against feeding or handling wild animals, especially bats. They also recommend vaccinating your pets against rabies because cats in particular are susceptible to exposure due to high risk of interaction with wild animals. All dogs and cats are required to have a current rabies certificate in Flathead County. Contact the health department's communicable disease line at 406-751-8117 to report if a bat has had human or animal contact and to get guidance on proper procedure. Boating opportunities are now available on St. Mary and Two Medicine Lakes on the east side of Glacier National Park. Park officials said it's the first time since 2019 that boating has been available on these lakes. The Blackfeet Tribe in Glacier National Park has entered into a contractual agreement for the aquatic invasive species stations to be operated by tribal inspectors. Motorized boat inspections from Montana State, Whitefish Lake, Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes, the Blackfeet Tribe, and Waterton Lakes National Park are accepted, but a 30-day quarantine of motorized boats before use in park waters continues to be required. Non-motorized watercraft must obtain an inspection upon each entry into the park. Park officials attribute the boating closure on the lakes to COVID-19 and lingering staffing challenges. In 2021 and 2022, the park attempted to operate the stations but were unsuccessful in recruiting enough staff to work all locations. Discussions began with the Blackfeet Tribe in 2022 to negotiate the use of tribal inspectors. This will be the first season motorized boating will be allowed on St. Mary Lake since mussels were detected in Montana in 2016. St. Mary, Two Medicine, and Lake McDonald are the only lakes in Glacier National Park that allow motorized boating, except for Bowman Lake that allows less than 10 horsepower, non-water-cooled motors. The St. Mary and Two Medicine aquatic invasive species stations will operate from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. 7 days a week. The St. Mary station will be located at the St. Mary Visitor Center, and the Two Medicine station is located prior to the park entrance.